Good evening to our viewers out there, and welcome to For Anglers, the digital platform that keeps fishing alive. And today I am a little bit overwhelmed here by my female companions. I am alone on the set, so please have some mercy on me. I'm welcoming in our new series where we are speaking to saltwater anglers. We've got our co-host, Tish Yelland. Tish, thank you for being with us, and welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure being here, and I mean really good evening to all the viewers. And thank you so much for taking our time to hang out with us this evening.
Now, Tish, you've got a very special lady on the show tonight, and somebody who's dear to your heart, but is also one of the top performers. So please introduce her to us.
Look, people, tonight you are lucky. We're going to send Werner to the back of the classroom, and he's going to hang out there because Kabous and myself haven't had a chat for quite a while. So this is going to be interesting, and it might be 7 hours later, but it's not as if you can get to the beaches anyway. Tonight we are talking to Kabous Louw, all the way from Cape Town. Wellington, I think you said, Kabous, or were you tonight?
Yes, I'm in Wellington tonight, all the way from Wellington.
So Kabous Louw is a two-time FIPS-M world champion. Her first championships that she became world champion was in Ireland, and she has represented South Africa against the Namibian internationals on many occasions, both as a protea and in the Gus Kolner team. There you have her with a beautiful shark. That was when they were fishing in Namibia. Kabous, quickly tell us about this fish.
No, this was caught during the championships in 2018 in Namibia. One of those bonus fish that you wish to catch for the points. So yeah, and Namibia is now dear to my heart. So yeah.
It's a nice fatty that. Can you remember the weight?
I can't remember the weight. All I know, it was good points.
It was a winning fish. That's the only thing that matters. So Kabous has gone from protea fishing in Namibia, and then she's also represented South Africa in one of our Gus Kolner teams. That was in Jeffreys Bay with your beautiful ragged-tooth shark, Kabous.
Yeah, that was my first ever ragged-tooth stock that I caught, and I actually decided I'm going to stand in between the men when I caught this one. And what stand out for me at this tournament was I never given up, so I was blessed with this fish at the end of the day, and I almost caught the biggest fish for the whole tournament until one of the little Les brothers came and beat me to the biggest tournament fish.
Yeah, that would be one of the Leshes, eh? Oh, you can't trust those boys. That is absolutely wonderful. And then you've also represented Western Province for many years in the national tournaments. And I see this is a national tournament fish. So tell us a little bit more about this beauty.
This was during 2019. It was caught at Jeffreys Bay, and it was actually caught in a sandy trace. So at that stage didn't cast for a diamond, so I was just very lucky at that stage. Also a nice bonus point fish.
Gary Player used to say the more you practice, the luckier you get, eh?
That's
so yeah, but I know in fishing sometimes there's a little bit of luck involved, but still I think if you can read the ocean and you often get on the money there. And we can move on from that one. That was absolutely gorgeous. And then tell us about this one. I see also Western Province colors.
This was during this tournament, February. This was my first ever black punzi I ever caught. I was actually also trying the morning early for the bonus fish, a raggy, with a 12-0 circle hook and a hell of a big bait, and I caught this little bugger. So yeah, for me that's good points as well, because it's double points as an edible.
It's double points for an edible. To all those viewers out there that haven't done the SARSA tournaments, we always get double points for an edible fish, and we get single points, like 1 point for 1 kg for the non-edible. So we love it when we catch a decent size edible. That is good money there.
With respect to the point system, how does this point system change your approach in terms of how you approach a certain day competitively?
Kabous might have her own opinion with regards to that, but I'll quickly, when I'm fishing or when you're competing, you would want to spend that first hour, and that is why your beach management is so important, because the first hour is the golden hour. The first cast is the golden cast. So if you, and that's normally when the big sharks, the raggies, are close by. They've come in, they started feeding, the diamonds are coming in because they haven't had anything to eat the whole night. So your first cast will generally be for the big fish, and your beach management would often say to you, your first shot, that's it, you target that, and after that we scale down and we start scratching. So I don't know Kabous's management, Kabous, your management, how do you normally approach that situation?
I think that is how we do it all over the board. Usually they tell you the first hour you go for it, but I mean, if nothing going on, you can more see around you as well. If there's nothing going on, you're immediately going to switch over from heavy to lighter tackle so that you can scratch. And that's the way we do it.
It's such a beautiful word that you guys in the saltwater use, and that's scratching. So
Scratching.
give us a little bit of more context around scratching.
Tish, do you want to go or must I go?
No, you go. I want to know how you scratch so that I can learn. You're a champion. I don't care. I need to get some pointers here.
Yeah, usually for the bigger fish we will use deeper water. But now when we go over to scratching, you're obviously going to go lighter tackle. So now you have to scratch because sometimes the fish is very deep, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes it's right in front of you. But there's sometimes little gullies, so you have to go for that little gully. Go look for the fish inside it. Sometimes you have to go over the rocks to just get over the rocks in front. So it's literally scratching. You are throwing here, nothing going on. Then you go a little bit deeper to that side, and you will go. You usually will go far, middle, front, and then you will start moving to your side. You have to look for fish, and if you have some bites, then you will target that area.
When you're scratching, are you also going through certain bait and presentation options?
Yes, definitely. You need to change your bait. Obviously you're going to go lighter now. So usually we go over to 2 hooks. So usually you have 2 different baits. So if you can see which one you will trigger first. So if you get out of the water and for instance you had mackerel on the one side and it's gone, then you know, okay, mackerel is the thing that is sticking in the water. He wants that mackerel. So yeah, then you will go with mackerel. But usually you have we use a lot of chokka baits. So because most of our fish goes for the chokka as well, we usually use chokka as a base and build the other bait around it. But yeah, but then you have to go smaller bait, not too big.
Kabous, couple of questions that I have for you. I mean, we've spent quite a bit of time together. But I always, it's the one thing I've never asked you is, when did this start? Where did this start? How did this start? Where did your passion for this sport of shore angling in particular, what happened?
Okay, since I've been a little girl, I went with my dad and my mum to Namibia every single year. I was very fortunate about that. So I learned to love the fishing there next to the beach. That's why I was still very small when I went my first time. Then it became a passion for us. We had a boat as well. So in Strasbourg, we went out with the boat. I did some deep sea angling as well. That was awesome for me. But my whole family loves fishing. It's like really, it's one of those things that I actually say my mum and dad gave me that passion for fishing. And then later years, there was people at my work that knew I was fishing every year. I went to Namibia, and so they started telling me, listen, you need to start fishing competitively. But at that time, it was still a man's world. Ladies were not allowed to the club yet. Mm-hmm. So only later when the ladies were allowed, then I almost joined up. Only a few years after that, ladies actually started. But this one guy was the guy that actually put me onto competitive angling, and he told me, in 3 years' time, you're going to become president, and in 4 years' time, you will be a protea angler, and he was absolutely correct. So since I started in 3 years' time, my third year I became president, my fourth year I was protea angler. and I really gave it everything. So yeah, and nobody can squash my love for fishing.
Oh, yeah, I know your luck for fishing. You've always been, yeah. Well, not, once again, not lucky, but yeah, you've been in the right spot, and it's hard work that has also gotten you where you are today. If you had to, in all this time, you're talking about this with this individual that was supportive of you. So, and where you are now today, who were your biggest inspirations throughout the years to get you? Not to get you where you are, because you got yourself where you are. Who were the people that were there for you when you felt despondent or you wanted to give up, and just the stuff was too much? We know how everybody knows how that goes. Who was there for you apart from your parents?
There was quite a few people. There was really a rough stage I went through after 2016. There was a very bad stage. There was a lot of people that talked to me. I actually almost given up on competitive angling and the whole. You were one of them that actually spoken to me that time. There were people like Elsa de Campbell, there was Christel Oosthuizen, there was Alzaan Fournier, Marina Fuchs. There were so many people that actually were so inspirational to me that at the end of the day, I just decided I can't let one small thing put me down. I need to come back and just fight again for it and just show them who I am. So, yeah.
Fantastic, and it's nice to hear all those female names rolling off the tongue. It shows you how deep our ladies, we have phenomenal ladies within our Shore Angling Association, some serious hardcore people. So of all you have competed. I don't even know if we have to ask how many Protea caps. I'm sure you're going to start counting and run out of fingers, but of all your tournaments that you competed, there must be one that stands out to be just the most amazing tournament, or the one where I know fun is had at any tournament when it is a ladies tournament. But yeah, which one stands out for you? Fish that you're like, whether it was a special fish that you caught, or special moments, or just which tournament is the one of your life?
Okay, there's a lot of special tournaments. But definitely Wales was the best tournament for me. We had so much fun. Not only while fishing, it was so much fun when we were going towards the beach. When we come from the beach in the buses, the camaraderie between the ladies. There was so much amazing things that happened to me during Wales. Even the guys from the
Paraguay.
Yeah, that ones with the red. What was it?
Poland. Yeah,
Poland. Yeah, Poland. Poland even present me with a coin collection, a fish coin, a goldfish coin collection, and it just had so many amazing moments. But never mind the fact that I became world champion there for the second time. It's not about that. For me, it was amazing experience being part of a team that came for the first time in South Africa at a second place as a team. And that was for me the most amazing experience.
It's always good to get a team medal at the World Championship. It's something that you will never forget.
Especially when they don't see you coming. Eh?
Yeah.
When they... because often when the international anglers, when we do go and compete there, we do not compete with the same fishing rods or any of the tackle that we have in South Africa. Everything that you take over there is completely different. When you walk in there and these people are celebrating their 36th year for the seniors and world championships, and the ladies like their 22nd year, and you've been doing it as a country for 10 years or something, then and when they see you coming, they go, yeah, I know, not going to happen. And then it happens. That's the special moment. That is like, yeah, you're like a ninja when you sneak in there.
Totally the underdog.
Which one was this?
This was taken in Ireland. This was actually taken right on the last day. Then one of the ladies or the photographers came to me and they said to me, listen, we think you've got this thing in the bag for the day. That's not for the day, for the zone. Then she said, we need to have a picture of you. I wouldn't have known that later, that actually I won the tournament at that stage.
So this was the first time that you became world champion?
Yes. This was my first ever one that I participated in Portugal. that garfish photo. So
Yeah.
for me, that's also one of the most amazing experience because that is another species I've never caught before. So, and I must tell you one thing, that was also the only species I caught because I only caught one garfish on the last day of my tournament there.
That sounds familiar, but that's like, oh, that is, but it's a lovely fish. And also, did you need, I take it you had special rigs and everything made up for that. Just quickly share with everyone that's listening, when we go to world tournaments, I mean, how many rigs do you make beforehand? How involved is your preparation? Tell us about that, because it's quite funny.
Okay, we try to do some stuff before the time, but it's not always possible because the type of lines that we use is not always readily available in South Africa. The type of hooks we use is also not readily available in South Africa. And then usually we have overseas counterparts that it's usually the men that assist us with how to make the traces. It's like there's this one guy, Danny Verbruggen, from Belgium. He was like the coach for us as well at the stage. He will send us emails with what to do, how to make the rigs. So we will try and do some of the stuff this side, but it's not always possible. Then we will go overseas, and usually we will spend all our evenings making traces. And if you have somebody like Tish, then 50 is not enough. It will never be enough, even if you only use 2 traces a day. 50 will never be enough per day. So yeah.
You never know when you need that one that's number 52.
No, I'm honest. You need a lot of rigs because of it's very, very thin line that we use. And because it tangles so easily, you don't have time to distangle this stuff. You need to just cast it away, take a new rig, there you go. So, and you have different kinds of rigs. We call it 1 up, 2 down, or 2 down, 1 up, or 3 up, or there's so many different kind of rigs. So you need to see what's working, and then if you don't have enough of the one that's working, then you're in big trouble. There's no time to make any traces. You need to keep on going like this.
How many traces have you cut up after a tournament or an evening of fishing?
You cut up a lot. You sometimes come home and you actually come to the hotel, you're so tired, and then you have to cut up like 20 rigs and you have to build 20 new rigs because you need to replace those for tomorrow again. There's no time to rest. People think we're on a holiday. It's not no holiday at all. It's just work.
But then you also do social angling. Tell us a bit about that.
No, I love social angling. I do with my brother. I go do kayak fishing at Zuiderstrand. I'm not for the deep seas yet, in the open seas. It's a nice little bay near Strasbourg. So I usually go with him in the good seasons where there's a lot of kabeljau nearby. I truly enjoy that. And then for social fishing, I would have booked my trip for August now for 3 months, after 3 weeks going to Henties Bay. Unfortunately, that will not happen. This photo is at Blombos. I had the privilege to go a few times with my nephew to Blombos, fish that coast as well. Awesome fish that side. Caught nice fish there, nice SA records as well on that coastline. First fish for me as well, first bucket list fish that I can tick off. So yeah.
No, okay. What is that?
This is, I don't know what you call it in English. We call it pence and dirhams. It's actually a very nice edible fish. Some people think it's like, they call it a stink fish as well. But it's really not a stinker. If you take out the stomach quick and you go to the oven with that one, it's a nice one. It's also a nice dry one.
Yeah, I also know it as a pence and dirhams. Tell us about this one, Kabous.
This is also this is also one of my first bucket list fish. Caught on a little 1-0 small circle, 1-0 mustard demon circle, and on very thin line as well. I was fishing for Galjunde in Blombos when I caught this little oak, and this was like a 5-kilogram fish. It's also it was at that stage a record, SA record, but it was in the meantime somebody else caught a bigger one as well.
Okay, and what is this species?
This is a white mussel cracker.
What bait does this mussel cracker normally take?
Honest to you, I know that a lot of people use periwinkles, they use crabs for it. I actually, for this one, I actually used ordinary sardine and it took the sardine. So yeah, sometimes it all depends what it's listed for.
Beautiful. Yeah, if it's hungry enough, eh?
Yeah, if it's hungry enough, it will eat anything.
Beautiful fish.
This is always a special fish, eh?
This is my special fish, and the background is also my special background. That's Henty's bait, and I love fishing for galjoen. That side. That's also the only galjoen I eat. To be honest, I don't eat galjoen that comes out of the Cape water. It doesn't taste at all like the fish that you get in Namibia. There's a huge difference, and people always say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm honest. If you have tasted a galjoen of Henty's Bay and you taste one in Cape Town, it just doesn't taste the same.
My word. You can start importing them.
I say, I thought they're in the same ocean and must just swim down.
Yeah, I think the water is colder up there. Hey, yeah. Yeah, we'll invite them down. Kabous, I want to find out from you. I mean, like of all your like SASA tournaments that you had, your national tournaments, which one was the one? What was your best catch, like during a SASA tournament? Have you had one, or do you like them all?
I actually liked all of them. There was, I mean, the time. I've never been in a team that actually got into the medals. So once again, I would say my special moment was when the Western Province team took a medal, and that was in Southern Cape when we got a medal, and we were actually for the first time actually a full team as well. We've never been a full team before, so for me that was also a special moment. Just having the whole team competing, you know, now you're not competing as a 3-man team against a 6 team. So for me, that was awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. I'm glad. And I mean, like, if you could choose one beach, and you can't go into Namibia because you're a South African angler, so sorry for that. But I mean, if you could choose one beach in South Africa that you can go, yeah, I will fish that flat out all the time, where would it be? I mean, from West Coast, we're talking Struisbaai, Southern Cape, Jeffreys. Where would you go?
I'll definitely go to Struisbaai then. I'll choose Struisbaai over and over again.
Why?
I will choose Struisbaai because it has a versatile beach. It's got rocks, it's got sand. You can decide, okay, this afternoon I want to go play a little bit with a big fish. Then most probably you'll get a big fish. I'm talking now about a non-edible. And you can also go for edibles. You can do scratching. There's so many different kind of species there. So many places where you can catch nice fish, nice cops from the rocks. So for me, that's a beautiful place, a nice place to go fish.
Now, I believe that Western Province has lost a great female angler, and you're going to be fishing Struisbaai more often because you've now joined Boland Shore Angling Association. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the truth. I've moved over to Boland. To be honest, it was not an easy choice to make, but the Cape beaches it just become too much of a risk to fish the beaches, because even if there's nice fish to catch, when you get back to your vehicle, sometimes they're broken into your vehicle. You always have to have eyes in the back of your head because you don't know what's coming from the dune side. So it's not nice fishing that beaches anymore, and the fish became very scarce this last few years. So you will have one great day and you will win the whole season. So I would like to experience more. I want to say a place where you have to work for your fish, obviously, and you know that most probably you will catch something if you go for it. And then I think my most reason was, as I do have a house in Struisbaai, all their competition of Boland, all their interclubs are in Struisbaai itself. So it's much easier to compete. You don't have to drive like in Western Province. Sometimes we fish Struisbaai, sometimes Big Damme, sometimes West Coast. So you've got quite a lot of touring to do in between the interclubs. For me, logistically wise, it's just a better choice. But I'm looking forward to this new chapter.
Everything is exciting. New chapters are the most exciting things to happen to a person, and there's something on your road that always leads you there. So if you're now going to become this spindly with Struisbaai and the plot and targeting diamonds and raggies, I mean, can we then ask you at some point whether you will do a bait description of, you can choose which bait you want, and then one can maybe like put it in for any of the anglers that would like to go to Struisbaai. And they would know how to make a nice cobby bait, you know, or maybe a nice diamond bait. Would you be prepared to share that knowledge with us at some point?
We can definitely do so. I don't have a problem. I'm in for it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think we're going to build up a lovely library here. We're going to put Vanna under pressure with his server space.
Keep them coming.
Are you ready? And then Kabous, I mean, from my side, if you could choose, I mean, because I'm going to challenge. Vanna challenged me and put me on the spot with names, and I still have all my names. But from your side, if you can think of one person that you can nominate that we can also target at some point to talk to people, who would it be?
Do you want it to be a boy or a girl?
We'll let it be a boy, just to balance the scales out.
Okay, the first person that actually comes to my mind is my biggest idol. I don't tell him that, please. No, but he's for me, he's a phenomenal angler. One day I had an interview and I accidentally said it was all about luck. And then he actually phoned me and said, you can't say it's about luck. It's about practice and preparation and a little bit of luck maybe, but you can't say this. So I caught him out in the interview where he actually said, it's all about luck. But yeah, but he's one of my biggest inspirations. I can only wish to be like him. They call him the machine. And it will definitely be Charles Marais from my side. He's also like me. He's also has dual citizenship. He's now actually also moved over from Western Province to Boland. So he's also a Bolander now. But there's a phenomenal angler.
Yeah, no, Charles is, and you're right with the machine. I mean, that is literally his name. So Vanna, there we have another name for our list. You might have to drag the 13 weeks out to 14 the way we're going to carry on here.
Get it on the list and we get him up.
But I know you've got a couple of questions that you would like to ask Kabous as well.
Yes, I've got a couple of interesting questions. There's no hum and ha and explanations and justifications and so on. It's an either or. That's it. Nothing else. Nylon or braid?
Distance braid.
Multiplier grinder?
Both.
Can't say both.
There wasn't a question. There wasn't an answer like that.
Grinder.
Boat or kayak?
Kayak.
Sliding or drone?
Not any of them. I hate both of them.
I'll stay with that.
Especially when they're standing next to you.
Yeah. Well, I can always put in kite.
No, I still hate it. I hate everything that's not a competitive thing that you have to physically use your abilities to get your bait there where the fish off.
I will take that. Now let's go to the easy ones. Shad or galjoen?
Galjoen.
Mackerel or mullet?
Mullet.
Okay. Now the off-topic ones. Ford or Toyota?
Isuzu.
Option 3.
What was the answer?
Isuzu.
Isuzu's answer.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Pasta or rice?
Pasta.
Pop of patats?
Patat.
I would have thought. Okay, easy one. Lipstick or mascara?
None. No, not any of them.
It washes off when you're wading.
Yeah. And then it looks like you cried.
Queen or Palatine?
Queen.
Okay, last one. Bok or Steve?
Bok.
Kabous, you were wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Thank you, Tish. Thank you for joining us today in co-hosting. We really appreciated it. Thank you for bringing such nice anglers to the table and talking to us in this nice and easy fashion.
Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone for watching. And I just want to say, if you are anywhere in South Africa and you want to get involved in shore angling, rock and surf, please, you can leave a comment or you can go on the SASA website or my phone number that will appear on the screen as like a magic unicorn. You can send me a WhatsApp at any time.
Thank you very much for watching. You guys out there, stay safe. Thank you for being with us on For Anglers, the digital platform that keeps fishing alive. And we see you next time. Remember, you are awesome.